Alright, here we are in the back studio, also known as my bedroom. Here's the where you can see the 360 picture. Now entering the main area. Here, let's take a little look at this studio. The lovely lady at her computer. Now we're coming back over here to look out the window, see our beautiful city of Tosco. Perdón. Here it comes. Here it comes. Hold on to your seat. Here comes Tosco. Here comes our beautiful city. There's the Santa Prisca. Nothing like the Santa Prisca anywhere. Anywhere in the world. Look at that beautiful scene that we have here. Alright, now we're going to turn around and observe the posters and adornments, notebooks. We want to get to the library. That's always of great interest, of course. Let's see, we just go all the way around so you can see what there is to see. Here's some books in this bookshelf, somewhat disordered. Here's my famous Horatio Alger Jr. collection coming up. Since I was a child, these books are over 100 years old. All of these are the famous Rags to Riches Horatio Alger Jr. books. And coming around, we continue our tour of the main studio area. Here's my research library for the most recent novel, and you can see as we get closer, you can see mostly Altamirano's writings. And here we have other associated research works, some of which no doubt you're familiar with. Here on the table, we've got a very highly recommendable book in Spanish if you want to know about the guerrilla war in the 70s in Guerrero with Lucio Cabañas and Genaro Vasquez. Here it is. Very recommendable. The way he handles the historical novel, quite good. In Spanish, but not hard to read, really, if you want to have a practice book. Here's the Magister Ludi I just finished. Here's the icon of the axe. There's my yellow copy of the I Ching that I've had since I was a child. And we continue with more books. Over here, I think we have the novels are in this area. Back in here behind these anti-dengue mobiles that I have set up. And there you can see John Steinbeck, etc. There's more. Now we come across, you see how badly treated these books are. A lot of these I've carried them around in my back pocket since I was in university. And here's the household altar. No home is complete without an altar. To there she is, beautiful Mary. And we'll just continue to take a look and see what the rest of this looks like. here we have some artwork left behind by my beloved deceased friend Victor Hugo Segura. Here's the calendar. It's still on October. I've got to get that updated to November. I'll do that right now. Here's some more graphics that surround my life. More books up above. Oh, here, I forgot to show the history books. I have all the history books up on the top shelf. See them up there? There they are. Those are all history as opposed to literature. And I have alternate between reading history. Once I start reading history, I just keep on reading the history books until I start reading the literature, and then I read literature books and literature, and I can't get a stop. So that's where I am right now. I've been on literature ever since I finished researching for the Ayotzinapa novel, and I could stop having to read everything in Spanish, which is so much harder. So reading the English was just so joyful, just so easy to read in English. Enjoyable, that's the word. There's my refrigerator. It's very famous. It's got those kind of chloro-fluorocarbons in it that make the hole in the ozone. So this is a very dangerous refrigerator in that sense. So here's some more. This is the kitchen. You can see there's like the oatmeal and the herbs and spices and other things you'd want. There's the dishes, and they look like they're mostly washed. There's a few in there that are dirty, but it's not so bad. Here we come around the other side of the kitchen. There's more books over here on this homemade bookshelf. Let me see if I can get over here and get some of these titles, because I've got some very, very important books over here, especially this Leonardo da Vinci's notebooks, this Tesla's work, this The Theory of the Novel, Dante Aligieri, the Quran, The Blood of Kings. Oh, is that an important book? About the Mayan. It's got a lot of graphics in there you will not find anywhere else. And as we go across here, you see that indeed we've got some books here, most of which have been read and reread many times. For some reason, I've never bought a book. The last time I bought a book was that Icon and the Axe, and I bought it in a secondhand bookshop in Milwaukee. Last time I was in the United States in 2007. And other than that, I wait for somebody to come and give me a book, like my brother will come and always bring me a few good books. And otherwise, I just reread these books that I have. Many of them I've read many, many, many times. Okay, we're going to say goodbye now. Here's Tosco. Here are the church bells giving the hour. Now we will continue our recorrido with this scene inside the back studio. Have you finished that?
Yeah.
Just let me take 1 minute, Karen, and we'll go ahead and look at that. And here's the part of the studio. Here you can see the physical files that have the physical files. That's the part you'd like to see. See? You got the physical files? They're in there. For the pieces of paper, old-fashioned pieces of paper. You know how that works. Back when there were all pieces of paper. I'm sure you newspaper men are still all about paper. Let me get over here and show you one more time. Here's the anti-dengue fever mobile. With that, the the dengue mosquitoes, they don't come in. They don't get past it. It gets them confused. They fly around it and then they fly back out the window. And here you see more decorations. Most of these are taken out of school books that little kids give me after they've already passed second grade. And here's the famous hero Altamirano when he was a student. He was born in Tixla, Guerrero, and he was Nahuatl speaking until he was in the primary school. I think he was picked up by Hacendado, and his education was facilitated. And he has a story where his father takes him on the mule all the way up to Toluca to enroll him in the school where he studied classics and everything else. So he's known as the great man of Mexican letters, as an educator, as a literary writer, as a novelist. Ignacio Manuel Alatmirano. So thank you very much for taking a moment to review the space where I live and work. Over here you see a picture book that's open on the table. This is an Egyptian rowing. These are Egyptian rowers. See? These are all Egyptian art. All kinds of things that we have here in our studio in Tasco, Guerrero, Mexico. Thank you.